Hello everyone and welcome to County Perspective. This show focuses on Frederick County government, local programs and events, and the Frederick County community. I'm your host Brandon Rosa and thank you for joining me. Now let's start the show with our top news stories, and we begin with the announcement of the new Office of Agriculture. The Frederick County Office of Agriculture opened February 20th, merging land preservation and economic development functions. County Executive Jessica Fitzwater created the office to provide support for the 1,367 farms in the county, the most in Maryland. With 50% of land in Frederick County zoned for agriculture, the sector contributes $1.8 billion to the local economy. Under Director Katie Stevens, the office will update the agricultural strategic plan and manage programs like agricultural innovation grants and homegrownfrederick.com. The office combined existing staff positions. No new positions were created.
The new Office of Agriculture will streamline county services to farmers. It will be a one-stop shop where farmers come in the door and will have access to a variety of services, from land preservation to farm and business support. We know that our farmers are incredibly busy, and we want to streamline the process of working with county government and make it as easy as possible for farmers.
To learn more about the Office of Agriculture, visit frederickcountymd.gov/agriculture. Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater appointed Tiffany Kenny as the new Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer effective March 11th. Kenny, who has extensive experience in government agencies, will lead the county's Division Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging strategy. Fitzwater expressed confidence in Kenny's ability to cultivate a supportive workplace. Kenny's background includes roles at the Public Broadcasting Service and as Equity Department Chair at Pikesville High School. She holds a master's degree from Morgan State University and a bachelor's from Stevenson University, as well as certifications from Cornell and Yale universities, and soon one from Harvard. As Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer, Kenny will oversee the Office of Equity and Inclusion, supporting volunteer-led commissions and driving policy changes to foster inclusivity. Frederick County's legislative package is working its way through Annapolis. The bills address a range of key issues like stronger safety standards for corrugated stainless steel tubing, historic preservation tax credit reform, and budget priorities. Victoria Venable, Director of Government Relations, emphasized the need for safety enhancements for corrugated stainless steel tubing after tragic incidents involving the Department of Fire and Rescue Services.
So one of our priorities is to increase safety standards for corrugated stainless steel tubing. This is called CSST. We utilize this building material in almost all of our buildings that have gas or propane as their energy system. So while this is a material that's meant to be flexible and easy to work with, it also is very prone to malfunctions. And so here in Frederick County, we actually lost a firefighter to a fire that was caused by lightning-induced malfunction of CSST. By increasing our safety standards, basically by requiring a higher testing criteria, we'll be able to keep not only our firefighters and first responders safe, but also residents throughout the state of Maryland.
The reform aims to boost the preservation of historic properties by shifting tax credit focus to rehabilitation expenses. Additionally, the county seeks support for budget priorities, including funding for the Prospect Center, which will house critical services such as the 911 Center and public-facing services. As bills advance, the community awaits outcomes shaping its future. Stay tuned for updates on these critical legislative endeavors at frederickcountymd.gov/legislative. As you all know, February is Heart Health Month, and the Frederick County Health Department wants Frederick County residents to be mindful of their blood pressure. High blood pressure is common in many Americans. It is important to keep your blood pressure 120/80. Anything higher than that can result in a heart attack. Watch this video to learn about Frederick County Health Department's Healthy Heart Program to keep your blood pressure at a safe number.
Hello, my name is Colleen Swank, and I'm the program coordinator for the Healthy Hearts Blood Pressure Self-Monitoring Program at the Frederick County Health Department. High blood pressure increases your risk for having a heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and other serious conditions. High blood pressure is very common, and many people are unaware they have it. About 30% of Frederick County adults recently reported that they have high blood pressure, and that number doesn't include those that have it and don't know it. We also know it's more common among certain races in our community, including African Americans and Hispanics. Normal blood pressure is at or below 120/80. As your blood pressure goes up, it may be in the elevated level, and then high blood pressure or hypertension occurs when your blood pressure climbs to 130/80 or higher. If you haven't had your blood pressure checked recently, please ask your healthcare provider to check it. High blood pressure usually has no warning signs or symptoms in its early stages. The Healthy Hearts program is a free 4-month health education program for adults who have high blood pressure or are taking high blood pressure medication. Healthy Hearts provides support and education to help you lower your blood pressure, which may then lower your risk for more serious health problems. Group classes meet 8 times. That's twice a month for 4 months, and each class is about an hour. A trained coach will lead you and encourage you to play an active role in your blood pressure management. You'll receive a free home blood pressure monitor, and you're taught how to use it properly to get the most accurate readings. You also receive education and support about nutrition and other healthy lifestyle habits, such as physical activity and stress management that can help you control your high blood pressure. The group setting of the class allows participants to learn from and support each other with their health goals.
I have to say the Healthy Hearts program, if I could, I would do it again, or any other certain program with even the health department. It would be wonderful. It's great and friendly, very friendly people.
So I got into the program, and I'm glad that I did, because I did learn a lot through the program. And I would recommend it for anyone that wanted to get in it or talk about their high blood pressure. I would tell them, call the health department. They may have a program out there waiting for you to get in.
If you're interested in signing up or learning more, please visit the Healthy Hearts webpage and complete the short online interest form. Or you can call us directly at 240-357-1161.
All right, everyone, it's time for a quick break. But don't change the channel, because we'll be right back with more on County Perspective. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. In just a few minutes, we'll check out some destinations you may want to see. But before we dive into that, let's visit our friends at Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center to see who our featured Pet of the Week is.
Michelob is FCAC's tripod cat. This handsome 8-year-old doesn't let the fact that he's down a front leg stop him from doing any of the things he enjoys. Cuddling up on laps, soaking up all the attention, and of course playing. Michelob is an incredibly sweet guy who will do well in most any family. To learn more about Michelob and our adoption process, call Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center at 301-600-1546.
Throughout February, FCG-TV has been airing profiles of inspiring residents to help celebrate Black History Month. We also want to honor residents who lived here hundreds of years ago. Let's learn more about the faces of the Catoctin Furnace.
It is said that every face has a story to tell. For those who visit the Museum of the Iron Worker in northern Frederick County, a story of a darker time, a story of pain, a story of passion, and a story of hope and growth awaits. These stories are told through 2 facial reconstructions of an enslaved man and woman who lived, died, and were interred in those hallowed grounds. Travel with us to meet these faces and watch as many hear their stories revealed for the first time.
Once I got inside the museum, of course my eyes saw the artistry of the beautiful bust of these two slaves, but I have mixed emotions because these are my people, and they were brought to this country into industrial slavery to do back-breaking work.
Seeing these faces for the first time, it was shocking. It's a real life, it's lifelike, and you see it and it makes you feel connected to the individuals who are here.
This experience is going to cause me to dig a little deeper into my own lineage, into my own ancestry, to really find out who I am, where my family comes from, and just get a better understanding of our history.
The Catoctin Furnace Historical Society commemorates, studies, and preserves the rich history of this historic industrial village. Studies such as the Recovering Identity Project are helping to identify the legacy of the African Americans associated with the late 18th through early 19th century operation of the ironworks. What an African American worker at Catoctin Furnace really experienced in the late 18th and the early 19th century is really hard for us, I think, to imagine. The enslavement is unspeakable. What we do know about the conditions is partly because of the accident of history that meant that the graveyard was found as part of the archaeological survey that preceded the construction of Route 15. And the skeletons of these individuals have given us clues about what their lives were like. The idea of having the facial reconstructions made was to create an opportunity for visitors to look into the eyes of these individuals and really see their pain, see their lives, and see their legacy. And so that's what here at the Museum of the Ironworker, this is what the Catoctin Furnace Historical Society hopes that the visitor is able to experience. It's a personal, it's a personal experience.
Walking in the room and looking at these faces, it was eye-opening, it was shocking, really speechless, lost for words. A lot of emotions bottled up quickly, and even after reading the description of the faces, it really is a challenging piece of history to look at.
When I walked in, I saw the young man. It looks like he was looking at me. It's like a person that I know. He saw my soul. And then the beautiful young lady, the bust of her. I mean, here's a woman, 35 years old, nearly half my age, and she also endured the harshness, the labor of working here at the furnace.
I think the Catoctin Furnace is important to the community because it allows us to see our history and allows folks who have not been able to research this area or to come here to actually get a taste of it. When you walk in here, you're able to be connected to the story of the individuals who built this home, who worked this land, and I think that's important for all people to participate in.
It is time in the show to find out what activities Frederick County divisions and departments are hosting in the next few weeks in this episode's calendar of events. To find out more about future virtual events, activities, and programs, just visit frederickcountymd.gov. This episode of County Perspective is almost over, but before we go, I want to share with you some good news. Frederick County government is accelerating efforts to be more climate resilient. Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater recently announced 2 new initiatives by the Division of Energy and Environment to ramp up the use of electronic vehicles by the county and the public. The Alternative Fuel Vehicle Fleet Transition Plan for county government and the Community-Wide Electric Vehicle Readiness Plan will lead the county as it transitions toward clean and sustainable transportation. A collective of data across Frederick County shows that the transportation sector is accountable for about 48% of all greenhouse gas emissions, which contribute to climate change. This need was accentuated when Governor Wes Moore announced the state of Maryland would require car manufacturers to increase the share of electric vehicles they sell, reaching 100% of passenger car and light truck sales by 2035. By preparing now for a shift to electronic vehicles, Frederick County will be well positioned to leverage federal and state funding to invest in infrastructure and resilience projects. The county government also is evolving its fleet of vehicles. Staff assessed which county vehicles were suitable to be replaced with electronic vehicles or to switch to biodiesel. The public is encouraged to review the new plans and submit feedback as part of the county's online survey. To take the survey, visit frederickcountymd.gov/EV readiness and frederickcountymd.gov/green fleet. If you are a dog and/or cat owner and you would like to participate in the Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center Food Bank, there are new criteria for participants. All Pet Food Bank participants must provide proof of Frederick County residency, a current rabies vaccination for their pet, a current Frederick County pet license, and proof that your dog or cat has been spayed or neutered. The goal of providing food and other items from the Pet Food Bank is to supplement owner provisions. It is not intended to be the sole source of pet food, as items in the Pet Food Bank are dependent on donations from our generous community, and they vary from day to day. Participants may pull from the Pet Food Bank 1 day per calendar month, 6 total times a calendar year. To find out more information about the Pet Food Bank, visit frederickcountymd.gov/animal control. Well, everyone, that is all the time we have left in this episode of County Perspective. Now remember, if you want to stay up to date on important news and events going on in the county, just follow Frederick County on social media. We'll see you next time with a fresh look from a county perspective. Take care, everybody.